Thanks for tuning in to another segment of Incarceration to Incorporation. I'm AB. I'm the founder and the CEO. We got a good show today. We're going to talk about recidivism. We're going to talk about prison reform. We're going to have some type of discussion about why people should stay out of prison, the things that keep them out of prison, and what they should do to keep themselves and their family informed about different resources to help them stay out of prison to cut this recidivism rate. We're going to talk about the recidivism rate. We're going to talk about how the highest it is. We're going to talk about what it is to lower it down. We can just talk about several ideas that we can pass down to those that are incarcerated that are coming home. And it's a possibility that they might re-enter into the prison passageway. Joyce Hall, my brother, how you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. What's happening?
Hey man, like usual, it's a Friday. It's another Friday. We're gonna talk about a lot of things today, but man, let me tell you, man, about my day first, boy. Let me tell you about my week. Now, you know, I do landscaping. I own my own landscaping business. Actually, I'm contractor. I got 12 contracts that I take care of, which is mainly actually is 99% warehouse. I got hooked up with a tobacco company out here in North Carolina, out here in Wilson, man. And what I do is I take on a 7-man show. These people here had six Mexicans and an owner that was doing it. They was cutting the grass of these major warehouses right here in my city, right? Okay, and for some reason I'm not gonna talk about the reason what the guy lost that company had something to do with marriage and all of that. But he started another company, man, and hired me on. When he hired me on, man, I took on a job that 6 Mexicans was doing. So here I am now with this contract, been having this contract for 4 years. I'm doing a hell of a job by myself doing these contracts, man. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing. On top of that, um, I got this clothing store that I'm running, Wide Awake City Wear, which is doing real good. Also, I just opened up um, an art and fashion gallery. I'm putting that in downtown, which is something that I always wanted to have a store downtown in my city because it's 90 something percent the other people. So, you know what I mean? To have an art and fashion store downtown, man, is an accomplishment. And it's all an accomplishment because I came out of the prison passageway. You know what I mean? So that's what this show is about, man. And I've been out since 2010, and I haven't sold any drugs, haven't put my hands on any drugs, haven't did anything to put myself in a situation where it's going to take me to prison. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about the recidivism rate. We're going to talk about what it means. I don't think a lot of people understand what recidivism means. You know, we're going to talk about that, the definition of that. We're going to talk about prison reform. Like usual, it's a Friday. It's Incarceration to Incorporation. All Things Relevant Media is the platform that gives me the opportunity to voice my opinion and hear those opinions of others. Julius Hall, he is the founder and the CEO of All Things Relevant Media. We're going to talk to him right now and let him tell you all what he's doing and what he got going on out there and how he played an important role in the community out there in Savannah where he's from. Julius Hall, my brother, what's going on?
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for that introduction, my brother. Feel like I'm a
Oh,
preacher now.
hold on. I left something out. Julius Hall also is running for mayor out there in the city, not in his home city, but in the city. I think in the city next to him.
Yeah, Fort
So
Wentworth.
Fort,
Fort
Fort
Wentworth.
Wentworth, Fort Wentworth. So
Yeah,
congratulations to him on that. We're gonna
yeah,
help him and try to get that.
I got one of my commercials posted. We'll play that a little bit later.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
uh, but yeah, thank y'all for joining. If you get a chance, share, 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 share. We appreciate Pastor Leonard Small, and his crew out at 90.5 FM in Jessup, Georgia. Is being This broadcast is being beamed into the prison there. And we thank you, Anna, for being there every weekend to do it for us. And we thank Pastors Dr. Leonard Small for his help in making sure that we make a difference in the world. You'll never know who is watching you. You'll never know who is watching you. Um, I got a story the other day from a friend of mine who told me that he went by and saw this guy every day that while he was remodeling a house every day, and the guy would always call and tell his family about this guy that stopped by the scene. You never know who watching you. Well, the guy ended up dying as soon as he finished the house. And
Mm,
then the family ended up giving darn near giving the house darn near brand new to the guy who stopped by every day to talk to him. That's a great story. You never know who watching you.
right.
And so it's always good to do something good and always good to be good to people. When we're young, we do a lot of things. And like I tell you, a lot of people want to hold whatever you did in your younger life against you for the rest of your life. But you got to keep moving. You can't let nothing like that bother you. Let them hold that. Let them carry that burden. Let them
Right.
have that weight. I'm not going to carry it. I'm just going to keep moving forward, you know. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We thank everybody for tuning in. And if you get a chance, share it, share, share. We're here every Friday with this broadcast on this platform on ATR, All Things Relevant Media. And what we try to do with this program, like AB said, is we try to provide resources. We try to provide some influences to make sure that we can cut the recidivism rate. because if we can cut it, that's one less person going to prison. That's one less person going back into prison, and that's less a burden on the taxpayers. That's less a burden on a family that lost a loved one to the judicial system. So the stuff that we do here, the things that we do here to try to change somebody's life, to try to help somebody, is beneficial to a lot of people, and we just hope that y'all continue to tune in, tell somebody about us. You can't tell me that somebody's family isn't impacted in some way by the judicial system. So you got to tell somebody about this program. You know, we're being watched all over the world. We have friends all over the country and a few in other places and other countries across the globe. So make sure you share. You know, our stories are not unique. We all have a story, and you know, we want to share that story so somebody can understand. On one of the subjects that we'll be talking about in a few minutes is that you can go anywhere from where you at. Anywhere you can do anything from where you at. Don't think that you can't. You know, but that's what we'll be talking about today: how to cut the recidivism rate, how we can uh, cut into it by the resources and the information that we're given here. And so y'all are welcome to ask questions, to give advice, things that we might miss that you want to say, that, and we'll put it up on the board. And if you got a way for other than telling us don't do the crime, we already know that. That's the main one. But uh, if there's other things for people to that's getting out to stay out so they can blend in, and that's the title of the program, staying out and blending in. So,
Right.
my
Right.
brother,
Hey, my thing is this here. Like you said, I mean, people first thing they talk about is don't do the crime. You know, you won't do the time. That's always been the first thing people always say. You know, but let's talk about how the system is, though. You know, how the system is laid down so the crime can be committed. You know what I mean? So, and then once the crime committed, you know, certain people, you know, they according to the laws, put so much time on an individual that you know it strips that individual away from family, strip that individual away from certain rights that they normally have. So um, to cut the recidivism rate is an idea that we all are committing ourselves to try to change. Um, there's a lot of organizations out there now that are using their resources, and a lot of people are individuals that came out of prison that started organizations because they knew firsthand what they was dealing with because they was incarcerated up under, say, you know, some laws that you know that shouldn't have been put in place, you know, that allowed them to go into prison. On top of that, they just did something, you know, that was somewhat foolish and you know unthinkable, and got themselves in a situation that led them to be incarcerated. But my thing is the organizations that are put out there, we need to look at these organizations, and if the organizations are not in our communities, in the different cities, we need to join with these organizations and see how we can play a role, an important role, an important part in having that same type of organization, the same things that they're doing in our communities, and put forth a change into helping or being a part of helping the recidivism rate go down. You know, so that's one of the things. And I know a lot of brothers that have gotten out of prison, man. They're using different formats and resources to help them stay out. So it's a choice thing. It's a lot of stuff out here, man. Jobs, certain programs that are available. You just got to go into your community, man, and look at what's available for you and what's there out there to you to help you stay out of prison or stay out of jail. So that's my take on that. And I mean, it's
and
out
that's
there. I mean, change
yeah,
is you.
the change is you. You can do anything that you put your mind to. If you was out there selling drugs, if you was out there stealing, Man, that thunder just hit just now. It's broad daylight with the sun and it's thunder,
Mm,
man. But anyway, um, but yeah, you can go and do anything that you want to do. You can be anything that you want to be if the law doesn't restrict you from being it. After a while, at the end of the show, sometime I'll show you my commercial. I'm running for mayor of Fort Wentworth. This is a city right here on the side of Savannah. Um, but it's right off of I-95. It's the first city that you get to when you're coming from South Carolina. It's the last city that you're going to see when you're leaving Georgia. So um, you can do anything. You just got to reinvent yourself if you need reinventing, or you just got to start rebuilding your life. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You're the master of your own destiny. So and the captain of your own ship. So sail that ship. You'll get the way you're going at if you just stay steady. Just stay steady. Stay out of trouble. Nobody can. Once you done paid your debt, you don't owe nobody no more. If they want to hold that against you, that's their problem. Let them carry that weight. You don't have to carry that weight. You know. One of the things that we said that we were going to talk about was one of the biggest things is the influence. Change the people you hang around. You got to change the people you hang around. If you went to prison and or got into any trouble and didn't even go to prison, and you still want to hang around the same people once you got out of that trouble, once you got out of that situation, and you still want to hang around the same people, then you're going to end up in the same situation. You got to change it. You got to change it.
okay.
You know.
You have to change. I know when I came out of prison, I changed my environment. I moved out of the city that I caught the charge in because I noticed that a lot of the people are still doing the same thing, man.
Right.
I had been gone 10 years, man. And I mean, and prior to that, I wasn't staying in the city, so I was gone a little longer than that. But some of the same ones were doing the same thing, and I knew that was going to have me doing the same thing again because I came home with a few dollars that I had made while I was in prison that I saved up. You know what I mean? So I'm coming home to an environment, man, that's hardcore. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm
Right.
coming home at a time where if you don't have nothing, man, ain't nobody trying to mess with you. You got to be stylish. You got to have something going on. So hey, I moved out of the city, man, and got my first job, and from there, the mentality to work. You know what I mean? I had the mentality to work, and I did that, and then I came. Eventually, I moved back to my city and found a job, and then at one time I didn't have a job, and now don't get me wrong now. I thought about it. I thought about putting the package back in my hand. I thought about doing it, but like they say, how Satan is only a whisper to you. You know what I mean? And that willpower that you have to brush Satan off your shoulder. That's what I did. I'm like, man, I'm not doing it because I knew the consequences behind that. I know if I got caught again, and my name ring bells in my city when it comes to that 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 type of atmosphere, that drug atmosphere, my name ring bells. So once they had a whiff, once they found out AB out here in the streets, or AB out here got some drugs, or moving some weight, or anything like that, I know it was gonna be me being investigated, and all they had to do is one mouth say, yeah, he out here doing something, and then I'm gone. I'm gone
Yeah.
probably for the rest
Yeah.
of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I changed that, man. I moved away and then came back. And once I came back, my mentality was to work, to get out of that other mentality, to make that quick dollar, to make that quick money, man. Get a job. I got a job, got my credit right. You know what I mean? I'm still working on my credit to be even higher than what it already is, which is at a good standard right now. But that's what I did, man. I moved away, and I suggest to all the brothers that's incarcerated and coming home, I make a suggestion, man, to move away from that environment that took you there, and and look for change, man. Look for change. Look for the resources that you need to change your environment, change your ways. You change your point system. You change your life.
That's right. That's right. You change your environment, you change your life. You
Yeah,
change your environment, you change your life. That's
exactly.
no joke. If you used to hang on the corner every day, but now you are in the house, if you used to hanging on the corner every day, but now you at work, you used to hanging on the corner every day, but now you at family house, you know, it changes your life. What's the chance of somebody, yeah, and the corners are dangerous these days. These kids are now going into crowd shooting. They don't care. They're just shooting up everybody.
They
You know
don't
what I'm
care.
saying? So, it is best to just change your environment. You change your environment, you change your life. Don't go to those locations that you used to hang to, um, um, because those locations that you used to hang at, that's where all the fellas at. That's where all the the influencers are at.
Yeah, all the
The-
happiness. What they say, all the
yeah,
happiness. That's where all
yeah,
the happiness at.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I can,
That's where all
yeah,
the
I can.
happiness at.
And all you're doing is getting a little tipsy and getting your drink on and ended up back at home. So you might want to stay at home.
Right,
You won't
right.
get a DUI. You won't get in any trouble. And, when you're intoxicated and your equilibrium is off, your memory is not that great, and people can tell you and make you do anything. Not make you, but can persuade you to go along with them to do something. Then you might be in the car drunk and somebody might go pull a robbery. You part of it,
Right.
so you gotta just change the environment. You gotta
See,
change the people, everything.
those are things that those young ones, like 21-year olds and or 21 to 35 or a little younger than that, whatever. That's what they got on their mind. Out here that they partying and they out here with in the environment where the happening is at. And I noticed that about myself because that's where I was at. I was out there doing that out there in the streets. I wasn't out there doing drugs, but I had a mess of it. I had my hands in it. And that lifestyle from the club scene, the downtown hanging out scene, and just partying and hanging out at night. Like what they used to say, and they still say it today. Ain't nothing now past 12 but trouble. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Nothing
correct.
ain't.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? When them lights hit really dark, that's when the trouble hit. You know what I'm saying? So the young ones out there now, man, they partying, man, they doing whatever it is that they can to stay out there, and it seems like they want the trouble, man. You know what they say? They say you don't want that smoke. Them youngers out there want all the smoke available, and they don't
Yeah.
care, man. They out there doing whatever it is that they can do. Stay out in the street, and instead of staying out of the street, they doing what they can to stay in the streets, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stay in the trouble. It's like the trouble is they gravitating to it, man. It's like that's what they want. They want that trouble. They want that smoke. You know what I mean? So how can we change all of that? The recidivism rate and all of that when the law is gonna be laid out there. And like I said, it's a whisper. It's a whisper, by Shaitan, by the devils, man, to do crime. And it's up to you to do the crime. So, then you gotta suffer the consequences and what comes behind it.
Yeah. Tanya says that fear is the factor. They must be fearful of going back to prison, and that's true. If you want to go back in there and do the things that um, you were doing when you were in there, then by all means have at it. That's what you think you want to do, then go do what you need to do. But you have to be, I know that, like I tell people, ain't but two things scare me: God and the feds.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? The God and the feds. Anything else I could face. Mike can't beat them, but anything else I could face. But God and
Right.
the feds, no. So you got to have that fear factor, and And it's even in the mentoring programs when we, I got a couple of groups here that I deal with a lot of these young boys, and we just got to be able to reach them. We have to put that fear of going to being away from home into them. If we can't put that fear into them, then they might do anything. You know, the sky's the limit with them because they listen to all this rap music, they listen to all the bad influences, but the thing is, they got to change their environment, change your life, even with the ones that they hang with. One thing prison shows you are being caught up in the judicial system and then going to prison shows you is who your friends are, your true friends. And you can't discount a lot of people because people have lives. They're busy. They didn't get caught up where you was and ended up in that. Um, so you, but you'll know who they are when when you need them, when you call them, if you write them, and if they write you back. And you don't want to be going through that. You can stay home and see them if you just don't do anything to get yourself caught back up. You know,
Right.
but that's what it's about. You can go anywhere from wherever you at. There's nothing stopping you. Nothing. You can go and get your education. If you didn't finish high school, you can go and get that. You can go to college. You can. I know several guys that are lawyers now. Two that was locked up with me that are lawyers. So you can go and get your law degree. You could make a whole change. You don't have
Right.
to be that person that you used to be. You know,
Right.
look at you, AB. Me and you are testaments.
Right.
Testaments. We should be on the bulletin board for rehabilitation.
Hey,
You
man.
here you is with your own lawn care service. That's your store right there that you in.
Right.
Then you got another one you opening in downtown Wills. You know, uh, uh, there is nothing you can't do if you just put your mind to it and say, "Hey, I'm not going back into that situation." And that's what we need to have available to anybody returning home. So that
Right.
and anybody, these young kids before they get caught up in the system. It's twofold. We need to catch them before they go in, and we need
Before
to
they
be
come
able to tell them once they get home, don't go back.
right.
you know, and that's how we cut down on the recidivism rate by showing them and being great role models for them. Your story is awesome. Look at the Yoni lady that was on last week. She's amazing. This is an amazing story she has. You know, as bad as she was, man, I'm surprised they ain't threw the book at us. She was fighting the everyday beating up kids. She was doing it all.
Right. And on top of that, she don't look like that type of person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. She don't
No,
look like what she
she,
been through.
right, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
And her right, her testimony, that testimony was awesome. And she doing a lot of great things out there where she at, man. And I know there's a lot more out there like her. And we need to reach those type of people, man, and bring them on the show so they can also tell their testimony similar to the Yoni lady. So
Yeah,
it's hey man,
yeah. And it's just like giving your testimony here on this platform. If y'all know anybody that want to, they can contact us, me, AB, Julius Campbell, any of us that you want to contact, that you want to come on in and just be the difference in somebody's life and tell your story. It's not glorifying anything because even as a sinner and giving your life to Christ when you're in the church or changing over and becoming in a different religion and giving your life, whether it's Islamic, Jewish, or whatever it is, Catholic, Buddhism, um, you still are changing from who you used to be into somebody totally different. So it's not to glorify the things that you did to get to to have to change into somebody else. It is just telling that testimony to those people to say that you don't want to travel those roads that I traveled because they were dark, they were wet, they were stank. Those roads are not roads that you want to travel. And it's just giving your testimony, you know.
I want to
And we
go back to a gentleman just stated, just said something a few minutes ago about the youngest. They out here. They thinking that going to prison is a badge of honor, something like that. That he said. Can you go back to that statement that he made? Yeah,
yeah,
he said the new breed. They said this new breed have no fear. So they think going to prison is a badge of honor.
yeah, yeah.
That's what it is
And
though. Like she said earlier, they need that fear in them, man. And like you said, you need to catch them before they go to prison. And the ones that's coming home ready to touch that other side of that concrete, they need it. They need to know what's in store for them once they reach over, once they cross over that new way of life that's that's about to hit them in the head. So we got to catch them before that. And there's several programs out there for that. There's substance abuse programs. But let me say this though, I've talked to a lot of guys and women that's coming home. They're scared to. A lot of them, they fear going into those programs, those substance abuse programs, because they don't want anybody to feel like they've been on drugs or they on drugs, or it's like they embarrassed to go to those certain programs that would help them. So it got to be ways that we can talk to these individuals, man, and let them know that they don't have to be embarrassed about going to a substance abuse program, or going to any type of mentorship program that will help them out, man. So we got to reach them like that too, and let them know that it's okay and not to be embarrassed.
Tara said that it's definitely a way of being a real life example of overcoming, and that's true. And you're showing that you didn't let your circumstance be the captain of your destiny. Sometimes we get caught up, just like I did, but later on, my life needs towing. You know, and so it's a big difference. And the money ain't gonna last long, and it's not worth what you got to go through. Ivan Cohen said, "Do you and crime drama shows on television contributed to this?"
Oh my goodness, 100%, 100. I just had a conversation last night about 100% influence on the youth as well as some adults. So yes, I agree with that. The movies and the crimes, the drama shows on television all play a major important part in the way these youngins and these adults out here, how they see life. Exactly.
Especially the ones that where they're showing where the guy gets away.
Mm.
When the guy gets away, like on Power is a good one to show you that it's too many. It's a lot of people die. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people die in Power. You know, if you ever watched that show, what it was, how many seasons Power was on? Four, three or four?
Man, I
50
forgot
Cent.
how many seasons it was.
Um,
Every
the
season was a
Wire.
great season.
How
That
about The
too.
Wire? The
Yeah.
Wire was another one that shows you that you're taking a chance with your life. You know, and you don't want to take that chance. Tanya said video games have an influence also. That's
Yep.
true.
Of course. That's
That's
true.
true. That's
That's true.
true. That's true. Video games do have an influence.
That's true.
Mhm.
But what I think he mean by the influence of the TV shows and the drama and all of that is the crime in there. When you see a lot of those shows, you see where you see a lot of the black shows where you see they killing their own. They over some money. They robbing them. They running up in stash houses. They killing everybody in that stash house over some money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And people glorify that. People out in the streets, man, the youngest, they get on drugs, be high, be have that alcohol in them, and they see those type of movies, then they want to become that. They want to
Mm.
go take what somebody else have. They say, well, look, Chris got that. Chris got money over there across town. We gonna get together. We gonna go do Chris and his crew the same way we just seen what happened on this TV show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They thinking that they can do the same thing that they see on
Same thing
TV.
and get away with it. With all these home
Right.
invasions, everything,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the
And we
carjacking and all of that.
Yeah, and we're not trying to, and we don't want to justify anything on this program, especially that you can do any of those things. What we're trying to do is make sure that people know that sometimes people make mistakes, and what we need to try to do is catch them before they make those mistakes. We got to
Right.
show them where there's no way around not getting caught. Very, 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 very few people don't get caught. A lot of people do the crime.
Right.
Very few people don't get caught. And then you have a lot of people that know how to avoid all of that, the pitfalls and the troubles. So, um, we just got to be able to continue to do what we're doing here to tell people ways to try to lighten the load of going back into that system. We don't want you going back in the system. We want you to stay out. Um, hey, one of the things was get married to lighten the load on your wallet. Even if you don't get married, get your girlfriend, get
That's
your
true.
get booed up. You
Get
know,
booed up. Get you a
yeah,
bay. Get you a bay and live. Get a bay and live. I
yeah.
might put that on the shirt. Get a bay and live.
Yeah, get a bay and live, because if
Get
you
booed
don't,
up.
then what happens? You know,
Right.
if
You're
you
right.
don't, you end up back in the system, and that's
Right.
not where you want to be. You don't want to be in the system, and so uh, it's always get you somebody who can help you grow. That's the main thing. You got to have somebody who can help you grow. If they can't help you grow, and if they can't look at, well, if that woman or whoever it is, whether it's a woman getting a man, a man getting a woman, because everybody, women and men go to prison. When
Right.
you get out and you got that person that don't understand that you need time to build yourself back up and you need help, then you don't need that's you with the wrong person. See, because they put that pressure on you, then you go do something wrong. you know, because you ain't got the money yet, because you can't
Right.
pay that bill yet. No, just keep grinding. Keep
Keep grinding.
grinding. Something will change for you. Something will
Right.
change for you. Just keep grinding. Believe that. Keep
You
grinding.
definitely
But
need that. You definitely need that load taken off of you to lighten that load, and that burden on yourself or whatever, man. And a lot of people don't want to come home and get in a relationship and because to them that's a load all in itself. You know what I mean? But I think it's worth the try to get with whether it's a male get with a female, or a female getting with a male. Companionship is the key. That's what it is. Like you
yeah,
said, that's what it is. Companionship. You're gonna need somebody to pull you by your coat, whatever, and let you know when you're doing something wrong, and let you know when you ain't doing something right, and let you know what you need to be doing. So yeah, you need that load and that and to help you out when things get rough, man. Financially, emotionally, mentally, all of that. You're gonna need that.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, because you want, especially financially, that takes a burden off of you where you can function, where you can live comfortably.
Right.
Because if you were using drugs and now you don't, that saves you money.
Right.
If you was drinking and now you don't, that saves you money. If you was always going out balling but now you don't. That saves you money. It saves you money on not having to buy all the clothes and having to be all, we want you to go and buy the clothes from AB's shop. Now you see
Hey,
all those clothes in
yeah,
the back there. That's his
definitely,
store. He ain't
definitely
working
need
in
that.
that store. That's his store. Because if he was working in that store, ain't nobody gonna let him be on no video this long. They'll be telling him, come on here. This is his store.
You're right. Look, boy, I had
So,
I had I had customers in here earlier. I was trying to get them up out of here because I said I got this show at 6 o'clock and I need to be on at 5:45. So I was trying to
yeah.
get them up out of here, man. But yeah, Yeah, man. It's a load on you, you know, and coming home, man, is you're gonna need that support, man. You're gonna
Yeah,
need
you
that
need it.
support.
Without a doubt, you need it because um, it'll lighten that load on your wallet so you can feel better. You can go and do those things with your kids if you have kids. You know,
Right.
and some people feel that pressure. See, if you don't know where a person came from, you can't put yourself in their shoes.
That's true.
And that's not justifying anything. That's not making an excuse for them. But it's our job to try to reach those kids and those young ones before they fall into those traps. Because sometimes we become victims of our environment. And if we can stop that, if we can stop those kids from becoming victims of their environments with the school to prison pipeline, you know,
Mhm.
if we can catch them there, they start building prisons based off of third grade or fourth grade test scores. I heard, you know, so
Wow.
yeah, so we have to be able to um to help them in any way that we can, any way that we can. One other person said, join a religious organization, you know. And all these are all the things that we put up here are questions that we asked other people, and they gave them to me, and I'm throwing them out there. You know, they would get. I asked people what are some ways that they thought that we could tell the world how to stay out once you got back out. You know, and um, that was one of the things you could talk on that their religious platform.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hold on, say that again. I can talk to him on it on. Listen, man. You know we got different views on that. We can have to bring. We got to talk about that on. We can have a religious segment. You know, we're gonna bring on some from the different denominations, and we're gonna talk about that on that show. So this one, you know what I
Yeah, well,
mean?
I
So
mean, okay, you know, yeah, that's good. We'll do that because you know it's um we have it doesn't matter which religion it is.
no, it
That's why
doesn't.
we
It
say
doesn't.
yeah,
It doesn't.
because a religion helps you to stay balanced. It helps you to
Balance.
understand
Exactly.
that you don't want to go into prison. You don't want to go and do anything wrong. You want to try to make your life right and make somebody else's life right while you are moving forward. So,
Right.
you know, when you know, and the thing is to be sincere and serious about it when you start down that path, you know.
Right.
And,
All those a lot of those religious organizations, whatever, what they are to a person is to keep them busy,
mm,
keep them busy, and keep them focused on doing right, and keep them focused on those organizations is a platform for change. That's all it's about. You know,
mm,
whether a person want to believe in this type of religious organization or not. Once they join an organization, it helps them to focus on change and focus on what's right. You know, whether another organization believe in that other organization or not. What it does for the individual is help them balance. Like you said, it balances out their life. You know, they might have a thought process of doing something wrong to better themselves, but the organization put a balance in them to stop them in their tracks and say, you can start doing it this way. You can start focusing on a better way of life. This is what our organization believe in. This is what we can do for you. But it's all depends on what you want to do for yourself. So that's what those organizations do for you. And I commend those organizations, those religious organizations, those um mentorship programs, those alcohol and abuse programs, and different organizations. That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for, because believe it or not, there are people out there that love you and want to see you change. They don't want to see you go back to prison. They don't want to see you go to jail. They don't want to see you around here robbing, stealing, doing this, that, and the third, whatever you want to do. They want to see you out here doing better for yourself, and being able to contribute and do something for your family. So, yeah, that's what I suggest. Join a religious organization, and let them guide you to a better you?
Well, they got two more big things that from the question I asked, and I asked a bunch of guys, and these are the points that they gave me, and I said, well, I'll display all of them. And another big one was don't give in to peer pressure.
Powerful one now. That's powerful one now. That right there,
I
definitely.
left the last two because I thought the last two were powerful. And the
It's
last two,
powerful. The last
this
two.
is one gave me. They gave me about 10 or 12 of them, and I put them all up. That's what we've been discussing. Um, but they say don't give in to peer pressure, and peer
Okay.
pressure is woo because you let somebody talk you into, hey man, you on? Well, we remember we used to do this here. Let's get back. Let's go back doing it. And let's go rob it. No, man, we can't do that no more. That's not the
Right.
roads you travel. It's going to end up back full full circle, right back around the same place that ended up. Say that you weren't never going back again, and you got to just tell that person, "Hey, no, sir, I'm not
No, you
going
gotta
back."
tell you gotta tell him what it is, boy. You gotta tell
Yeah,
him, boy, you a damn fool. You think I'm about to go with you around
yeah,
there and rob you. You a damn
yeah,
fool. You think I'm about to go put some drugs in my hand. Boy, you a damn fool. You think I'm about to go do this and do that. And I don't this is my third strike, second strike, or whatever. You gotta tell them straight up. Julius, you can't sugarcoat nothing these days, y'all.
yeah.
You got to tell them, look, man, I ain't you crazy as hell. I'm out of here. Let me about this car. You a fool.
That's right. That's right. Let me up out of here now. While it's rolling, the car can be rolling.
Lose my number. Lose my number, champ. Don't even call me no more, man.
Yeah, yeah. You want me to do what?
You know
Man,
what
you
that
just
means?
get away for a minute. They gonna get you in a minute.
You know what that means? That mean that he don't have no love for me. He don't have no care in the world for me. If he gonna try to get me to do something like that, knowing that I got a record on my back, on my shoulder, and the possibility of us getting caught, man, is real high. And he don't love me. He don't even love himself if he can allow himself to try to get me involved in something like that. So if he don't love me, that lets me know that I don't need to be around him.
I think let me read these here. Sherelle Grant said, we had a DARE drug abuse resistance education program in our school several years ago for fifth graders, but unfortunately, I think it disbanded. In today's climate, I wish it would be reinstated, although I really don't know how effective it was. I
Mm.
remember DARE when I was a little boy. They came up with the DARE
Yeah, I
program.
remember that too. I remember
Yeah.
that DARE program.
Ivan Cohen saying The Wire ran for 5 seasons. Power aired 6 seasons. BET has a series with Eddie Hudson in The Family Business. Yeah, show Liz. And that I saw that show, The Family Business, coming up. And
Mm.
that's another one of those influences, a bad influence.
It is.
And we just got to get away from those type of shows. It's only us that's showing those type of shows. Our
Right.
race is the only ones with those shows. Ivan
They
said
showing
something. Put
they
Ivan
writing
back up.
those shows. Hey, they writing
Ivan,
those shows, but the white
yeah,
but other
yeah,
people are the ones who own those shows though. We don't
and to
we
get
don't own
paid
those
from.
shows.
Yeah,
Right.
they get paid from them. Ivan
Yeah.
said, the no, where was the one Ivan at? Some religious
Right.
denominations can get just as territorial as gangs. You're right. It is a challenge for the seed of faith to get past the concrete they tend to put in the path. Yeah, yeah,
Believe that.
yes, sir. So
Believe that.
you know, and so you can't give in to peer pressure. Don't give in to peer pressure.
Let's go
You
to the
can't.
other two.
Um, huh?
That's the one that don't give into peer pressure. You got two more. You got two more to display, don't you? We're gonna talk about.
No, the last one was this was the
Don't give
biggest
up.
one.
Don't.
I,
Oh,
I
okay.
left it. I left. Don't give
Okay.
in to peer pressure was one, and it was number two. The number one
Oh, okay.
was
Don't listen to the haters.
don't listen to the haters. See, because the haters gonna tell you that you ain't nothing but a criminal and that let's go do this here, let's go do that there, and you can't do this here, you not gonna do this here, you ain't gonna never be nothing, you know. So you can't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the haters. You
Yeah,
can't,
man.
because you got a lot of people out there that's gonna hate on you, especially when they see you doing better. They want to be you, they want to be just like you, but they don't know how to do it. So what they do, they go to hating. So don't listen to the haters. Just keep doing you. Just keep
Right.
doing you. You got a lot of people out there ain't gonna never forgive you. I got people right now today out here where I'm running for mayor. They think that I'm supposed to pay for this for the rest of my life. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for the rest of my life, whatever I did. You know, but um, that's them. Don't listen to the haters, because the haters will lead you wrong. If you start letting them tell you who you are, then you've already lost.
Already
Nobody's going
lost.
to tell me
Right.
who I am.
Right.
I'll show you who I am,
Right.
you know? So,
That's why I listen to. I listen to the haters. I jot down. I jot down every hater. I jot down. Make a mental note of all them haters that I know of, because I they know I got a story to tell, and that success story going right back to them. So,
yeah,
to all my haters, watch me now. Look at me now, hater. Look at me
yeah,
now. Take
yeah,
take a
yeah.
take a drink of this hate. Take a drink of this haterade I got for you.
If a person can't tell you that they are proud of you and that they love what you're doing after you've been through what you've been through, get the hell away from that person.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
they don't want nothing good for you. They
Right.
don't want nothing good for you. Stay away from that person. Run from them.
Run. You're right.
Lose their
Run from
number.
it.
Yeah,
You're right.
because they
Like I
ain't nothing
said,
yeah, it's a bad influence.
it's
You
a
know,
bad influence.
yeah,
Get
you
get me
want
out
to
that
make
car.
sure. Yeah, my wife talking about run and tell that. Stay away from the haters, because the haters, they'll act like, oh man, come on, man, let's go. No, stay away from them. And that one that always talking about you behind your back, that talking about you, and they're talking. I got two or three of them I know talk about me all the time. I don't care. What I care? I got to
Right.
keep doing it. I can't let that affect how I move.
Right.
I
Right.
got to move forward. I
That type
can't
of
trip
energy.
over nothing in back of me. What I'm gonna look like a fool tripping over something that's in back of me. I'm moving
Right.
forward. Yeah.
Exactly.
So don't listen to the haters, people. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the haters. That's our biggest thing. Don't listen to the haters, because the haters will lead you the wrong way. They try to dissuade you and make you feel bad about everything that you're doing. They're trying to tell you that you can't do it when you can do it.
That was my girl.
AB,
My girl just said. My girl just said she's always proud of. She proud of me, man. I know you
awesome.
proud of me.
She should be proud of you. You got your own lawn care service. You got your own store that you're sitting in right there. You got another store you're opening up downtown.
Well,
You
let me
know,
say this though. Let me say this though. That the store opening up, I'm also opening up with a partner of mine that he's also was in prison, man. And he went down that same prison passageway, that same prison lifestyle, and now
mm,
he got a street ministry, man. That he's doing a lot. So we teamed up, man. We about to do something real major for the city, and hopefully we have our kind and support us. I already know we're gonna have them people downtown supporting, and we our main focus is to get majority of our people to support us, man, and help this gallery, help it grow, man. So because
yeah,
because what we're doing, we opening doors for our kind to also move in and start businesses downtown as well. So yeah, it's a
yeah.
good
I'm
thing.
gonna
So yeah,
come. I got to come and visit the gallery as soon as it is
yeah.
open. Let us know so we could probably take a weekend trip, come down there or something, and visit it. But
That's something in your line too. That's something in your line. You come up this way, come to the gallery. You're gonna leave out with a nice art piece. A nice little art piece you take back, you put in your office or in your living room or something. Then also you can buy you a nice outfit, nice shirt, nice hat.
Is
I
it
mean,
gonna be
so
online also? You gonna put that
well, yeah, we're gonna do. We
and the
putting it
pieces
online
and
as well.
everything online? Do
Yeah,
that
we
because
doing.
people will
Yeah,
see. We can, we tell people about it. They'll see it, then we can tell them where to go. I mean,
right,
that'll make them go there to buy it, or they
right,
might want to
right,
buy it and have it shipped to them. So
right.
yeah, make sure it's online also. And like I said, all the things that you're doing, and we want to be examples. Just get on here and tell people things, and we're not doing it. I For myself, I run a consulting business. I run a consulting business. Ivan says that the haters are two things. Number one, they're jealous because you got yourself together and they are still struggling like crabs in a barrel. Number
Mm.
two, as you said, Julius, they are bad influences. For the haters, I say, see you wouldn't want to be you. See you wouldn't want to be you. And by the way, have a nice day. having having to something, having to tell them. But Sherelle says it is so encouraging to see how you brothers have turned your lives around and how willing you are to help others. Pearls of wisdom. We thank you, Sherelle. Thank you, thank
Thank
you, thank you. We and I told everybody what you're doing and what I'm doing before I show you my little 1 minute commercial. We got about 5 or 6 minutes left. The commercial ain't but 1 minute, but I'm a consultant. I help get people elected. That's what I do for a living. Um, I run my mouth a lot too, but that's what they pay me for. Um, and I'm a political consultant, and I do some business consulting. I also am the president and CEO of All Things Relevant Media, which will be changing our name in the next couple of months. Y'all stand by. In the next 30 days, we'll be changing the name. I'm also, those are my two things that I'm doing with the All Things Relevant Media and All Things and ATR Consulting, and that's All Things Relevant Consulting. But I also I sit on a bunch of boards. I have two mentoring groups. Uh, I have a marketing, little small marketing e-commerce company that you all will be hearing about after a while. We have about 5 or 6 different items that we'll be bringing to the public that we will be selling. But so don't think that you can't. I also sit on the board of Apex Triumph, and when Apex Triumph hit, you all will be saying, "Wow, that's out of Savannah." Y'all will see it pretty soon. It should be a multi $100 billion company. If I mean $100 million company, multi $100 million company, if not $1 billion company. And I'm the vice president of that company. So y'all just stand by and watch us roll. If you don't think it's gonna happen, just keep hating. We'll show you better than we can than we can tell you. But I'm gonna show this commercial. This is my commercial, so to let you know, I am running for mayor of Port Wentworth. And This is a 1 minute commercial. We only have about 3 minutes left. I'm gonna show you the commercial real fast.
All right.
Put it on that one. I'm Julius Hall, and I'm running to be your next mayor of Port Wentworth. Let's take a look at the only location in Port Wentworth where we have public access to the river. This park shows you that there's absolutely no vision in the leadership at City Hall. There's been no development to this pier, no development to the areas of the parking lot for businesses or for tourism. The current mayor has no vision for the growth of this city. This is the public restrooms. Porta Johns, can you believe that? To a site that should be developed into a local attraction. I have an idea to develop this location into something awesome for the citizens of Port Wentworth. On November 2nd, you have the power, through your vote, to join me in building a better Port Wentworth. Okay, that was my commercial. That was my commercial, and AB lost the signal. He must have hit something on his phone and cut himself out. But anyway, people, that's the show for tonight, and I just appreciate everybody. Um, okay, there you go. Yeah, I figure you might have touched something.
Yeah, I did. I did. They out there doing the lawn work
We'll
outside my
see y'all
store.
back here, huh?
I said they out there
Oh,
doing
next
lawn work.
Friday, AB. Next Friday, I won't be here. We'll probably be broadcasting live for the show for Ink to
Okay.
Ink because I make my announcement at 7 o'clock. Unless you do the show at 6 and then we do go over there at 7, you can still do it. But I won't be. I'll be busy trying to get ready for my announcement. I formally announce um, Friday at 7 p.m. Anybody want to come? It'll be at City Hall, Port Wentworth, in front of City Hall, Port Wentworth, Friday at 7 p.m. So for anybody that want to come out, right? Friday at 7 p.m. We're gonna have a meet and greet, meet the candidate at the clubhouse here in Rice Creek at 7:30 to 9 for an hour and a half. We'll be there. It'll still be daylight. Don't get dark till 9. So um, y'all come out, have light refreshments, meet me, meet some of the other candidates that might be running, and we'll see you there. So
All right.
till next Friday.
Congratulations again. Congratulations again, brother, on that commitment to running for mayor out there at Port Wentworth, man. Congratulations
Thank you,
to
sir.
you again, brother. All right.
Thank you, my brother.
This is Incarceration to Incorporation. We come on every Friday from 6 to 7. We talk about prison reform. We talk about prison passageway. We talk about recidivism. Come back, tune in with us next Friday, 6 to 7, as we have special guests on to talk about their transition back into society. I'd like to thank All Things Relevant Media, all ATR Consultant, for giving us this platform to talk about things that are important to us when it comes to prison reform and when it comes to prison recidivism. I'll see y'all back here next week, Friday from 6 to 7. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.